Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. My name is Tom and this is Tom's Toys 95. On today's video we are going to be going through a week in the life of a part-time eBay reseller. I am the part-time reseller and you're going to see a week in my life doing this side hustle, side hobby, whatever you want to call it. So I've been selling on eBay now for about 7 or 8 years as a bit of a hobby, selling my own stuff and just some useless stuff from the car boots and anything that I pick up. I used to collect video games, so anything that I got twice I would sell it on eBay. Then I became a business account and that's when I started doing the YouTube videos. Every week I like to go over everything that I picked up, everything that I've sold, and I'll tell you what I paid for it, where I got it from, etc. Excuse me, my alarm on my phone was just going off. So I've got a few items in front of me. I'm a bit rushed for time at the moment. I'm doing a running challenge every day in October, so I've got to run 2 miles a day for 31 days in October, so 62 miles in total, and that is for Birmingham Children's Hospital. So anyone that does want to donate, feel free to click the link below. Obviously you don't have to, just simply like the video, that'd be more than enough. But anyway, I've gone and picked the orders already. I've had to do a run this morning and I've got to get to work. So one of the challenges I face as a part-time eBay reseller is that I work full-time and I have to be at work for 9 o'clock, but I need to pick my orders, I need to make sure my orders are wrapped, and then I need to post them on my lunch break. So it's usually a bit of a rush in the mornings, either grabbing the items the night before or grabbing the items in the morning. I wrap and record and everything, so it can be a bit tedious. So usually I would pick the items, I'd leave my camera here and go away and grab them. This segment I'm just going to grab the items in advance and I'm going to go through them now because I don't really have that much time. So let's just go through everything then. So we've only sold 6 items. We record the sales from Saturday morning through to Friday night, and that gives me the whole week then to round up the sales, but also on a Monday morning I'll have the weekend to have some sales, so I've got some stuff to show you. So if I started the week on a Monday and we recorded now, there'd be no sales, so that's why I do that. So I've got 6 sales for the weekend, which is a bit slow, usually a bit more than that, and usually higher value items, so there's not really too much to shout about so far. But I did do some listings over the weekend. I got about 20 or 30 items listed, so hopefully that helps the algorithm, and then during this week we make a few more sales. So we are in Q4 at the moment, which is Q4. This is where most of the sales will happen. However, it's not guaranteed. A lot of people will be listing more knowing that they're probably going to sell more due to the Christmas periods. But then as a result there's a lot of competition, so there's no guarantee, but as long as you list and you price correctly and you do your research, there's no reason why you shouldn't have an increase of sales over the next couple of months. So that is why I am just trying to list stuff and get as much sold as possible. So first thing then, we've got these 3 Disney Princess Hasbro figures. Now these were lingering on my shop for so long, the pictures wasn't great. I took pictures at my old house and it was a bit of a rubbish background, so since the background remover tool I've removed the background, deleted the listing, relisted it, changed the keywords, changed the titles, and they're still not really sold. But they finally have. I've probably had these about 3 years now, and these are Disney Princess Hasbro dolls. So we have, I don't actually know the names of all these. I think there's Ariel, Tiana and Belle, so I'm assuming that's Tiana. That one's definitely Ariel, and then that one is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. So I don't think these dolls are too bad. I think these have only gone for £5.50. They've been listed for so long, I thought these would go for a little bit more, but these were 50p each from the car boot, so they don't owe me anything really. They owe me £1.50 and sold for £5.50. For the time they've been lingering, definitely wasn't worth it, but you learn from your mistakes, so I won't be buying those again. Up next we have an Arch Enemy CD. So this is a sealed CD with a 36-page art book. This is like a limited edition CD. So I picked this up this year from the car boot. There was a bloke who had about 9 of them and I gambled on 3 or 4 of them. They were £4 each. I think I got them at a cheaper rate because I bought 4, so I think they worked out about £3.50 each. And those have gone, or that has gone for, I think it was £15 plus postage, so really happy with that one. So that's a good markup on that one, so I'll probably triple my money. The next one is Pokemon Rangers Shadow of Almia, and that is on the Nintendo DS, and that is this one here. So went to cash converters, saw some Pokemon games, there were 6 of them, should have been £140. I asked them if they would take a deal, or take an offer, sorry, or do a deal on them, and they wanted 120 for the 6. They owe me about £20 a game, so this has sold for £19.99. However, 2 of those 6 games have already sold for £67 each, so I've already made my money back. So this is now profit, so £20 profit minus your fees, so happy with that. There's still 3 more games to sell in that set, so everything that sells going forward is all profit. Then we've got a Jeep baseball cap. So this is a kid's size, I believe, and Jeep as in the car manufacturer. So you've got the Jeep logo there and the shield. You've got Jeep on the back. Pretty simple hat. I quite like buying hats. They sometimes take a little while to sell, especially kid sizes. But if they're branded or they're popular, like whether a sports team or, like I say, a car manufacturer, then they always sell quite well. So next one is there's a bit of a toss up between Schley and Schleich. I'm not sure what the correct term is, but this is I think it's Schleich. This is a little horse, and it's a German toy manufacturer that make really good quality, mainly animals. You can't really see there, but it's got the logo on the bottom. And I don't know what happened with this one, but it was in my toy box, and I don't think it sold. But I think I was looking for another toy, and I found a random leg in there, and I was like, what's that from? And then I looked, and the leg had snapped off, so I was going to bin it, but they do hold some value, not a lot, but some. So I glued it back on, relisted it with the glued leg, and that has sold for £3 plus postage. So not a lot of profit in that one at all. This would have only cost me about 20p from the car boot, or it would have come in a bundle of toys, so it doesn't owe me much at all. But I think originally it was listed for around £7 or £8, and I got £3 for it with the damaged leg. So I had a bit of a weird experience with this sale. It didn't quite go as planned. I got a message once I sent it. I put it in bubble wrap and in between layers of cardboard and then in a poly mailer bag, which was more than sufficient. And actually I think it went in a small box, and you know, it was well protected, bubble wrapped, etc. So I know the pony was in good wrapped condition essentially, so it shouldn't have got damaged in the post. However, I was quite lenient because, you know, it was re-glued, so there's a chance that it's weak and it could snap off. But anyway, I got this message and he said, received the pony with 3 legs, bit of a bloody cheek, but never mind, I'll put it in the bin. Which, a bit of a cheeky message. At the very least, the leg should still be in the parcel, because if it snapped off, it would still be in there. So I explained what happened. I, you know, kind of said that there's a chance it's come off because it's been re-glued. I did say this in the description. Apologies. And then if he had said yes, the leg was in the packet, I'd have just refunded him. It's only £3. But then he kind of came back, well, it was wrapped up like China, which surely China is a very delicate, fragile item, and that obviously needs to be wrapped very well. So the fact he was like, it says it was wrapped up like China, insinuates that I was trying to fiddle him and that it never had 4 legs to begin with. And then he decided to say that he's thrown it in the bin. So I don't know, a bit of a weird one. He hasn't left negative feedback, and he hasn't, you know, asked for a refund. He just left it at that. I did try to explain the situation afterwards and calm things down, and he just didn't reply. So yeah, bit of a strange one there. But just because something's broken doesn't mean it's necessarily completely useless. If it's technology, you can sell it as spares and repairs. And if it's a toy or something like that, yes, it does devalue it, but you can still glue it. If like a video game disc is broken, then pretty much it's never going to work again, so you have to bin it. But certain things like that, you can just re-glue and get a bit of money back for it. Better to get £3 than nothing. And the last thing, so someone messaged me about this yesterday. They didn't purchase it when I replied, but I sent an offer out, and they accepted the offer. So that was £14 for this Exorcist VHS set. Really nice. It's like a black and gold box, and inside it comes with the VHS tape in like a cardboard box rather than the plastic ones. And I think this is a storybook of the film, so that's pretty cool. That's a really nice limited edition like bundle set. So that's gone for £14. I paid £5 from the car boot, so £9 profit minus fees on that one. And that is everything. I'm afraid that's just the 6 items that are sold. Nothing of great value, nothing of great profit, but hopefully throughout the rest of the week we get some decent sales come in, and I will update you as we go. But until then, I'm going to take these to work, get them wrapped, and get them posted on my lunch break. Hey guys, it is now Monday night and I've only sold 2 more things, but I'm going to London tomorrow for a work trip early in the morning. So my plan is to post some parcels in the morning before I go, and then that way by the time I get back I haven't got any parcels to post, or if I do, I haven't got anything urgent to post. So I run the risk of coming back late on Wednesday, not being able to do a postage run, and then these 2 items essentially will be overdue to post. So these 2 items are a lightning cable, which is the MG Rover car manufacturer. So these were 50p each from the car boot. Bought a big bundle of these. I think I've got about 31 to shift. I've sold 1 so far for £8, and this has also gone for £8. So I've made £16 from 2 of these at only 50p each. And I also had a bunch of MG coins, which are like celebratory coins of the cars that they released, and those were 70p each. I got 10 of those, and 1 of those sold for 15 a couple of weeks ago. So that bundle cost me £20 for all of it, and I've already made profit, so everything that sells going forward, there's 29 of these left and there should be 9 coins left. All of that is free, and I'm already, as I said, I'm already in profit, so going forward everything is just pure profit. So happy that that's sold. And the last thing that has sold, only 2 as I said, is Prison Break on the PS3. So I'm watching this on Netflix at the moment. I've already seen most of it. I haven't quite finished the whole series, so I'm looking forward to finishing that off. And I have actually played this game once, and the platinum was to try and complete the game on hard difficulty, so I went on hard straight away, and it was pretty brutal. So I might give that another play at some point. But yeah, this was £10 in CEX, and this is sold for $19.99. So shout out to my girlfriend that actually spotted this one and said that it might be worth something, because they've not long added it back to Netflix, so because of the hype it might have gone up. So I did check eBay, and to be fair to her, it was selling quite well, so that's gone for 20 quid plus postage, so probably about £7-8 after fees on that one profit. So yeah, so I'm just going to wrap those 2 things now, and that's the only thing really that's sold. If anything sells before midnight, it'll probably need posting by Wednesday as well, so I might grab that in the morning before I do my postage run. Otherwise I will check back in either when I'm in London or back when I'm back, which will be probably Wednesday night, so I'll probably pick my orders Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Hey guys, it's now Thursday lunchtime. I've had my networking event this morning and I've got back from London, so I had a nice little trip away. Over the course of that trip I did make quite a few sales, so I've got 8 things to go through, so I'm just going to get straight into it now. So the first one is an England football shirt. So this is actually one of my childhood shirts, so it's a Rooney England shirt, and Rooney's one of my favourite players, so I have quite a lot of Rooney shirts, and some of the kids sizes I've upgraded. So I bought a men's large, and this is actually a kids large or a kids XL. So yeah, so I upgraded this shirt myself. I think I paid like 20 quid for it on eBay, and this actually sold for 18, so I didn't actually lose much money in upgrading it. But that has gone for £18. So in terms of value, I would have obviously bought this at retail or had this bought for me when I was a kid, but it's kind of come into the business as an own personal possession, so I would just put that down as a free item. But then we've got some stuff that I've actually bought. So the next one is this camera. So this was purchased from a car boot a couple of weeks ago, and I bought a camera bundle. I think I sold one in last week's episode, and yeah, these were about £5 each, and this is also sold for £11.50. They're all untested, as I said last time as well. I don't really know how to test them properly. They require films and stuff, and it would have been additional parts, more money on batteries and films, and it's easy just to get them in and out the door. So after fees, probably about £4 or £5 profit on that one. Then we've got a couple of games and media. So if we go through the games first, let's go with Tearaway. So this is a PlayStation Vita game. I bought a PlayStation Vita bundle a couple of years ago, for probably about 18 months ago, for £80, and it was the Vita with about 6 games. All of that stuff sold relatively quickly, except this game's been lingering for a long time. Some of the Vita games have gone down in price over the last couple of years, so maybe I was quite stubborn on the price. But this was sold for £14.99, so it's probably about a £12 to £13 game, so maybe that's why it's lingered for a little bit, but I've got full asking price for it, so I'm happy with that, and that would have only cost me about £3 or £4 in the bundle, so that's a good markup. Next one, let's go with the Steelbooks. So these were purchased by an international seller through GSP. So between the two, I think it comes to £30.94, £33.94. One was £8.99, which is this Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Steelbook. No games inside, just a Steelbook. This was purchased from a fellow collector, I think in a bundle not too long ago. This cost me, I think I paid £35 for 7 Switch Steelbooks, so technically this was a £5, and that went for £8.99, so not too much profit on that one. But the next one we've got a really good markup on. So this one sold for £24.99, and I believe this is Super Mario Maker 2, and this is the Steelbook, and I think this is in some sort of protector, so it's a bit thicker. It comes in like its own little protective case, but this one's fully sealed, no nicks or anything in the plastic, really good condition, and that has gone for £24.99, and that was also a £5. So between the two we spent £10 and got £33 back, so that's good. And sticking with the media, let's go with the Xbox 360 game. So we've got Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. So this one was £15 from CEX. I did pay up a little bit for this one, but this has sold for £33.99. So double the money on that one after fees. Really nice steelbook. So CEX tend to sell the steelbooks at the same price as a normal game. So this should have been a £15 game in a plastic case. And I found the steelbook version on the shelves for the same price. So you got the steelbook and the game and the manual. I also have a second copy of this at home, which is for sale, but what I decided to do with that version is split the disc and the steelbook separate, just to see and test if I can get more money for that. So neither of those have sold yet, so it'd be interesting to see if those do sell in future. But $33.99 on that one. Then we've got a couple of little bits left. So we've got these Marvel figures. These were very cheap. So this one came from the car boot, probably about April time this year. And I think I spent £10 on a bag of Imaginext figures. And it was mostly Imaginext and then a few other random bits. So I split them down, and this is one of the ones I split down. So this has gone for £7.50. So I would imagine each of these figures cost me about 50p. So let's say £1.50 on the bag. So still some nice profit in that, even though it's quite a cheap sale. And a bit of a random one, I've got this Budweiser bottle, which is from the 2018 World Cup. So I'd have paid £1.50, £2 for this, whatever it was in the shops. So it doesn't owe me too much money. But this one was, as I said, £1.50, and that sold for £8.50. I think I sent an offer out, it was up for a tenner. And I think that is everything that I sold. So I'm going to go to work now, get those wrapped. I've got about 45 minutes left of my lunch break, so I'm going to struggle for time to get those wrapped and posted today, but I'm going to have to, so I need to crack on with that. So I'm going to end the video here, and I will check in probably tomorrow. It's Thursday now, so we run till Friday night, so I'm sure there'll be a few sales tonight or tomorrow to go over, so you'll see me again. Alright then guys, so the only thing that's sold on Friday night, which rounds off the weekend, completes everything, is Rugby Challenge 2, and this is the Steelbook version on the Xbox 360. This only cost me £3.80 in a bundle, and it sold for £8.99 plus postage. So I need to get that wrapped and posted, and I've sold a few more things over the weekend, so I'm going to get those sorted as well. Those will be in next week's video. I'm going to work out the results, and we'll get straight into it. Alright then, as I said, let's go over the results now. It is another day. I've changed clothes obviously, so it's now the next day. Didn't have time to do it yesterday, but let's just get straight into it. So we have sold a grand total of 18 items last week, which not too bad. Decent amount, I'll take that. Anything over 15 is good, and my profit that I aim for is 100, so if we can beat that, that's great. So gross sales overall is £268.57, so that's everything that's come in, including postage and including the items prices. So the fees then, so eBay fees was £39.39 this week, and the postage was £38.52. So cost to buy was £75.64. So some of the higher items, we had £10 on the Prison Break game, £15 on the Lightning Returns Xbox game, and then quite a few £5 purchases. And that Pokemon Shadows game I put down as £13.50. So a few expensive items, so that kind of ate into the cost to buy. But that leaves me with an overall net profit of £114.99, which I'm very pleased with. Always aim for £100 profit a week. Nice little number, so that's £400 extra on top of my full-time wages each month, so that just helps me afford other stuff essentially. So today I've been on a bit of a spending spree. That will be in next week's video, so do look out for that one, because I did say that I wasn't going to buy anything, and I ended up buying quite a lot of stuff today. A lot of awesome stuff, a lot of good stuff, so you will want to check that out. But I did buy some stuff nonetheless. So the toss-up is whether I keep it or sell it. Some of it's to sell, some of it's to keep, so I will show you that in next week's videos. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. Now, unfortunately, this video has been quite a short one compared to normal. Haven't really been doing much last week. Been quite busy, been doing my runs, my charity runs. I'm still doing that, so that's all for October. Got to run 2 miles every day. So that has been eating into my time. Work's been really busy, and I had a few personal things going on as well. So not a great episode in terms of content, so I do apologise about that. A bit of a boring one, but you know, I like to keep up with the weekly videos just for a bit of consistency, and it gives me something to, you know, make sure that I upload every week, because I try to aim for 2 or 3 videos a week, but it's just not always possible. So thank you for sticking around till the end, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.